Good afternoon, YouTube. It is Friday afternoon. It's like 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I decided to stay in my tent and let my rechargeable hand warmer be a spare battery for exactly as long as I could. It's empty, and I've got 31% battery. It took me till 10 minutes till 4, well, half past 3 to get bored. And so here I am, bored, and bored's not the right word. I'm just bored of being in the tent, bored of the position that I'm required to sit in. And now I'm trying to make a little bit of money. And in my heart right now, the money I'm trying to make is I'd like to make $5 today. Such a small goal, but I'd like to make $5 in tips today because I would like to actually eat tonight in the tent, not just snack. So I'm thinking I want either a can of beef barley or a can of chicken noodle soup. I might even do a can of beans and ham, cold, whatever. I've got bread. I can dip it in. I can spread it on whatever. But I don't have $5, so I'm gonna have to make that in tips in order to eat cold soup like a hobo, and because I'm almost at my $50 goal, but that $50 goal is going to buy nicotine and weed and go toward paying back the $25 that I owe Cash App, and I'm good with that. I enjoy that, making money to pay back Cash App and to pay for my nicotine. I like making my own money for that, but I would also like very much to make money as a streamer, as a podcaster, as a public person, and so much for goals. My little pompadour is looking cool as shit. I'm feeling really proud about that. I gave myself this haircut, if you don't know. So I styled it to look good as it got long, as I was homeless, and it's going to continue to look good at the length and the way that I cut it. It's going to look like it needs to be trimmed and like it needs to just be a little bit touched up here and there, but it's going to look good until it's long again, until it's down around my shoulders, and I'm going to let it get that long. I might not, actually. I might have to trim it up because I'm allergic to the oils of my hair, believe it or not. And because I'm allergic to the oils of my hair, it'll make my face break out in rashes, and then not my eczema, it's called alopecia will start to act up, and I'll get big bald spots. A few years ago, during 2020, I had this big softball-sized bald spot right here, and then I had clusters of quarters, like the coin-sized bald spots all along the back of my head right here. And I had one up here, and I had another one back here behind this ear, and it was really embarrassing. And actually, my beard had too. My beard had the stress and the alopecia. I'm actually really impressed that my beard has come back. The stress of living with that woman that I was living with, it made big alopecia spots in my beard, and so all of the underbeard down here, and there was a huge bald spot. There were 2 big bald spots right here on each side, so it actually looked like I shaved to only have the soul patch and the mustache, but it was just bald. It wouldn't grow in, and it was hugely embarrassing. And so when I talk about like my stress levels here and now at this point in my life, like people keep telling me to like keep my head up and have a good attitude and not let the stress get to me, and it's like the only thing I'm stressed about is you guys. My hair is growing in nice and thick. I don't have the rashes. I get these rashes all over my body when I get stressed. My sleep is better regulated. Now I've been sleeping later in the day than I need to, but that won't be a thing come spring. Once it gets warm outside again, it's going to be very difficult for me to be awake or to be asleep after daylight, because the tent's going to get warm. And once I'm not bundled up and uncomfortable and trying to hide from the cold and all of that mess, which it's looking like that's going to be very soon. It's looking like this is going to be a short and aggressive winter. I'm actually hoping that the winter is going to go for a little bit longer. I would like it to stay under freezing until March, but it's not going to. Which means that I'm going to have to come up with Plan B, and I can't afford Plan B. So that's where I'm at. I'm frustrated and I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed that I don't have $100 nest egg so I can go and get a new tent and new mat and new sleeping bag for this next season. Because my tent has a giant hole in it, I can't just pack it up on my backpack and just walk somewhere. And I don't think I want to be in Zanesville any longer than absolutely necessary. It doesn't make sense for me to stay here, and it most certainly doesn't make sense for me to put down roots here. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm only here because of domestic abuse. I'm only here because of a female psychopath. Why do you want me to stay? I can't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hot. Haven't had hot coffee in this Panera the entire time I've been here. This is the first time, and it's because they made the pot of coffee that I'm sipping from after I got here, after I had already sat down and went looking for it, which means they knew that's what I drink, and it's about time. Because I've informed a couple of the girls that work up front that I used to like the dark roast, and it was always actually cold. Well, in here, room temperature is about 59, 60 degrees. It's crazy cold in here. There was something I wanted to talk about. There was a subject matter, a topic. I don't remember what it was. So. I guess I'm just going to end up titling this one, Proof of Why I Do My Work the Way I do. Because I figured, I'll remember. Or even if I don't, it won't matter. Because nobody will watch it, right? So anyway, I got about $5 to make, and then I got my weed. And then I got to start turning around and making $25 to pay back Cash App by the 21st, which is only 3 weeks. So I'm not doing as well as I did last month. No, 2 weeks ago. I'm just not doing as well, but I'll get back in the grind, I'll get back in the flow, and I'll figure that out as far as making money with surveys and video games, but it's not what I want to be doing with my time. I want to be working on Rob. I just can't drum up any interest. Alright, well that was Shaggy. Being Philly Day.